Just when we thought the electric revolution had sealed the fate of combustion engines, Mazda drops a bombshell. Their CEO has just revealed a radical new engine design, one that promises to outperform electric cars on efficiency, range, and even environmental impact, and it's coming in 2025. Could this be the technology that disrupts Tesla, Toyota, and the entire EV market? Or is Mazda making promises they can't deliver? Today, we dive deep into what this breakthrough really means. Mazda CEO recently shocked the automotive world by stating, and I quote, "Our next-generation engine will not just compete with electric cars, it will surpass them." Bold words, considering the billions poured into EV innovation over the last decade. But what exactly is this engine, and why is Mazda so confident? This is not another traditional gasoline powertrain. Mazda claims this engine could combine the best of two worlds: the efficiency of electric propulsion with the freedom and convenience of liquid fuel. At the heart of Mazda's plan is a revolutionary combustion concept rumored to be a next-generation Skyactiv X variant, but heavily enhanced. It utilizes homogeneous charge compression ignition, HCCI technology, which essentially allows gasoline to burn as cleanly and efficiently as a diesel engine, while achieving fuel economy numbers never seen before in combustion vehicles. But here's where it gets fascinating. Sources suggest Mazda might pair this with mild hybrid or even plug-in hybrid systems, creating a hybrid combustion architecture that challenges the zero-emission narrative dominating the auto world. By 2025, electric vehicles are projected to account for nearly 30% of global car sales. Giants like Tesla, BYD, and Volkswagen are racing to dominate this space. But challenges remain. Battery costs, rare earth supply chains, and charging infrastructure hurdles are slowing adoption, especially in emerging markets. Mazda's strategy seems to be targeting these pain points, offering high range, fast refueling, and a lower carbon footprint without requiring massive charging infrastructure investments. In markets where electricity grids are unreliable or costly, this could be game-changing. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Environmental advocates argue that any combustion engine, no matter how clean, is still a step backward from true zero emissions. Others worry this could be Mazda's last-ditch attempt to stay relevant as EV momentum accelerates worldwide. But Mazda insists this is not just survival, it's innovation. They believe this engine could pave the way for carbon-neutral fuels, synthetic blends, and a transitional future where electrification and advanced combustion coexist. If Mazda delivers on this promise, we could see vehicles in 2025 offering over 50% better fuel economy, ultra-low emissions, and driving ranges EVs can't match, all without the need for massive charging stations. Imagine filling up once every 1,000 kilometers and paying less than you would for an EV battery recharge. But a million-dollar question remains. Is this bold vision enough to dethrone electric cars, or will it be a fleeting innovation drowned out by the unstoppable march toward full electrification? So, are we witnessing the return of the combustion engine, or its last stand against the electric tide? What do you think? Can Mazda really pull this off by 2025? Behind closed doors, Mazda's engineering team isn't just working on a single engine. Leaked reports suggest a multi-phase rollout, starting with high-efficiency hybrids in 2025, followed by carbon-neutral synthetic fuels by 2027, and eventually, an engine that could run on hydrogen without the complexity of fuel cells. This roadmap isn't just about beating EVs in the short term. It's about creating an entirely new category, engines that behave like electric cars in smoothness and silence, yet outperform them in range and cost. And here's the twist. Mazda isn't doing this alone. Insiders believe collaborations are brewing with Japanese giants like Toyota, already exploring hydrogen combustion, and Panasonic for hybrid battery tech. There are even whispers of partnerships with European biofuel innovators, potentially giving Mazda access to next-gen carbon-neutral fuels before anyone else. If these alliances hold, we could see an entire post-EV movement emerging, challenging the assumption that batteries are the only future. Electric cars are revolutionary, but they're not perfect. Rare earth mining, grid overloads, recycling challenges. Mazda's engine tech aims to solve these without abandoning internal combustion entirely. If successful, it forces a bigger question. Do we really need 100% electrification to achieve carbon neutrality? Or can advanced fuels and engines deliver the same future, faster and cheaper? All eyes are now on 2025, when Mazda is expected to unveil its first production car with this next-gen engine. Will it outperform the latest Teslas and BYDs in real-world range? Will it meet emissions targets stricter than ever? And perhaps most importantly, will customers still care about combustion in an EV-obsessed world? Mazda is betting everything that the answer is yes. But what if this engine isn't just Mazda's secret weapon? What if other automakers are quietly developing similar tech, waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at the EV revolution? The battle for future cars has only just begun. Weeks after Mazda's bold announcement, rumors began surfacing online. Whispers of mysterious prototypes spotted on private test tracks in Hiroshima. Grainy drone footage allegedly shows a sleek sedan accelerating silently, yet without the familiar hum of electric motors. Insiders claim this prototype houses Mazda's new engine, capable of running on synthetic fuel with near-zero emissions and achieving 1,200 kilometers on a single tank. If true, this isn't just an evolution, it's a revolution hidden in plain sight. The reaction from the automotive world? Shock and panic. EV giants like Tesla and BYD reportedly accelerated their own R&D timelines. Meanwhile, legacy automakers, especially in Europe, are suddenly revisiting hybrid combustion programs they had previously shelved. Mazda's quiet rebellion may have ignited a new arms race, not for electric supremacy, but for the cleanest, most efficient car on Earth. But innovation this bold isn't without hurdles. Scaling synthetic fuels remains expensive. Governments are tightening regulations favoring battery EVs. And public perception, after years of EV as the future messaging, might be Mazda's toughest obstacle to overcome. Still, if they can prove their engine's carbon-neutral credentials and rival EV efficiency, regulators could be forced to rethink the future roadmap of transportation. Behind closed doors, competitors are moving fast. Toyota's hydrogen combustion research, Porsche's e-fuel experiments in Chile, and BMW's ultra-efficient hybrids suggest Mazda won't fight this battle alone for long. What started as one company's gamble is quickly spiraling into a global contest for post-electric dominance, a technological showdown that could redefine cars for decades. And now, whispers suggest Mazda is preparing a public demonstration, an event that could silence critics and shock the world. Some claim the car will debut at the Tokyo Auto Salon in early 2025. Others believe it may appear even sooner, in a surprise reveal designed to outshine Tesla's next big launch. One thing is certain. The world's eyes are now fixed on Mazda, and what happens next could either cement them as heroes of innovation or mark the most ambitious failure in automotive history. In the weeks leading up to Mazda's rumor reveal, strange events began surfacing. Reports of corporate espionage, data breaches, leaked blueprints, and unidentified drones over Mazda's R&D facilities sent shockwaves through the industry. Insiders whisper that rival automakers, desperate to uncover Mazda's breakthrough, have ramped up surveillance. Some even suggest shadowy tech firms are offering millions for a glimpse at the prototype engine schematics. If these claims are true, Mazda's innovation has already ignited an invisible war, one fought not on racetracks, but in boardrooms and data centers. Investigators began digging through newly filed patents, and what they found was staggering. Documents hint at dual-mode combustion systems, adaptable to both synthetic fuels and hydrogen, technology far ahead of what any competitor has publicly admitted to developing. This isn't just an engine. It's a modular platform, capable of evolving alongside future fuels, bypassing the battery bottleneck entirely. If validated, it could future-proof Mazda for decades. But not everyone is celebrating. Powerful governments, heavily invested in EV infrastructure, are reportedly pressuring Mazda behind closed doors. Rumors suggest certain regions may even block the new engine certification, fearing it could derail massive EV subsidies and policy commitments. Mazda now faces a silent battle, not just to innovate, but to convince the world that this technology deserves to exist. Amid the secrecy, a handful of journalists claim to have witnessed early prototype testing in remote Japanese mountain roads. According to their accounts, the car accelerated with uncanny smoothness, almost electric, yet refueled in minutes like a conventional vehicle. One witness described it as, quote, the future we didn't see coming. If true, this hybrid combustion marvel could disrupt every EV roadmap set for the next decade. As 2025 approaches, the countdown to Mazda's reveal grows louder. Competitors scramble, governments debate, and car enthusiasts brace for what could be the most consequential launch in automotive history. But here's the question no one is asking. If Mazda succeeds, what happens to the EV giants who bet everything on batteries? Could we be witnessing the first cracks in the electric revolution before it even reaches its peak? January 2025. Tokyo. The world's media gathers in hushed anticipation as Mazda prepares to unveil its most secretive project in decades. Rumors swirl. Will this engine be hydrogen-based? Synthetic fuel? A hybrid unlike anything before? No one knows for sure until the stage lights dim. The CEO steps forward, a single car draped in silk behind him. The crowd holds its breath as he declares, "This is the future beyond electric." The cover drops. Cameras flash. Gasps ripple through the audience. What emerges is unlike any concept car seen before. A sleek sedan powered by Mazda Skyactiv Hybrid X engine, capable of running on both e-fuels and hydrogen. It promises over 1,200 kilometers range, near zero emissions, and refueling times under 5 minutes. Even more shocking, Mazda claims production will begin this year, with models priced to compete directly with mainstream EVs. The message is clear. This isn't a prototype. It's war. Within hours, the internet explodes. Social media dubs it the Tesla killer. EV forums erupt in debate. Stock markets react violently. Mazda's shares skyrocket, while EV stocks wobble. Governments scramble to issue statements. Europe demands stricter emission tests. The U.S. hesitates, weighing its massive EV investments. Meanwhile, China, the EV superpower, issues an ominous silence, fueling speculation of an impending counterattack. A handful of journalists are granted access to test drive the car behind closed doors. Their reactions? Stunned silence. Reviewers describe instant torque, whisper-quiet operation, and fuel economy figures beyond belief. One even claims the engine feels electric without a single battery pack in sight. Leaked telemetry later confirms 1,250 kilometers on synthetic fuel, zero detectable emissions during highway cruising, and an engine lifespan projected at over 500,000 kilometers. Tesla doesn't stay quiet. Within days of Mazda's reveal, Elon Musk tweets a cryptic message. Competition is good. Let's see how it does against the Model X2. Rumors swirl of Tesla accelerating its solid-state battery project, aiming for a 1,000-kilometer range EV by late 2025. But beneath the celebrations and rivalries, one question lingers. How did Mazda achieve this breakthrough so quietly? Who funded the research? And why are documents emerging suggesting the technology might not be entirely theirs? Because buried in leaked memos is a name no one expected, a name tied to aerospace technology and possibly space exploration itself. As investigations deepen, leaked documents confirm the unthinkable. Mazda's revolutionary engine technology draws heavily from aerospace research, co-developed in secret with a Japanese space agency, and, shockingly, data shared from private aerospace contractors. This explains the impossible efficiency. Originally designed for long-duration space missions, the technology found a second life on Earth, reimagined for cars. The impact is immediate. Automakers worldwide scramble to adapt. Toyota accelerates hydrogen engines. Porsche doubles down on e-fuels. Tesla unveils its own Project Helios, a solid-state marvel promising 1,200 kilometers per charge. For the first time in decades, the future of mobility is uncertain. Not because of failure, but because humanity suddenly has too many breakthroughs at once. Are we entering a post-electric age, one where combustion and electricity merge, powered by synthetic fuels and hydrogen? Or will the relentless march of EVs continue, forcing Mazda's creation into niche markets? History is repeating itself. Innovation challenging innovation, progress challenging progress. And we, the drivers, the dreamers, the believers in speed and sustainability, stand at the edge of the most transformative decade in automotive history. Mazda has thrown down the gauntlet. The question is, who will pick it up? And will this engine truly wipe the floor with electric cars, or spark a new revolution we can't yet imagine? What do you think? Is this the dawn of a new era, or just a bold detour on the road to electrification? Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned.